If you've been paying attention to my social media, you've probably seen a photo of this. And I'd love to tell you a little bit more about it. In 2011, I did something called the World Race. The World Race is a program that does mission work or humanitarian work around the world, 11 countries in 11 months. So I did that in 2011, and afterwards I attended a debriefing where we got to talk about what we had gone through, as well as what dreams we had or ideas we had for the future. And in that debrief, I met a man called Andrew Shearman, who runs a program called G42 or G42. This program is designed to help people who have an idea or a dream and come up with a plan to put it in action and be able to actually launch those dreams. When I met him, he also expressed a secondary idea, which he called a Center for the Arts for the Glory of God. And at the time I heard that phrase, I actually got really excited but couldn't explain why. And so I just started asking God and myself as well, like, what would it look like if I created something that could be called that? So I started dreaming into this space, and in the process I found prayer houses in Charlotte, as well as a couple other places. I found coffee shops. I started working at a coffee shop. I started really digging into what it would look like if I created a space where I could build community. 2 years later, I squad led the World Race, which means you go out for the first 5 months of that 11-month journey. And on that journey, I went to Moldova for a second time. While I was there, I just decided to sketch what I was seeing with regards to the community center, the program, the Centers for the Arts for the Glory of God. And in that dreaming, I sketched this. This is my actual journal from 2013. So in this space, I drew like the actual building front. And I realized that I wanted a prayer house in the bottom so that there would be 24 hours of prayer and worship seeping through all the floors as it happened. Just soaking up all that space and creating an atmosphere of just contemplation and joy and meditation, and so that that presence, that atmosphere could be felt through the whole building. So that is the idea of the basement floor. On the first floor, which has its own entrance, so this has an entrance to the side, this has an entrance to the front, this is going to be the main community center. And with that community center, what I really got excited about was actually drafting into this idea that community builds community. So we would have guest lecturers, guest artists, guest teachers come in and teach whatever they're passionate about, whatever they're excellent at. If it's resume writing, it's resume writing. If it's building a business plan, it's building a business plan. If it's the arts, then it's the arts, and that's awesome. But whatever you're good at, come and teach it. We would do a contract-based work so that it would be sustainable for the person who's teaching, as well as available for the people who want to come take those classes. So the idea is it would be available on sliding scale so that income is not a deterrent and that there's not a high barrier of entry for any of these classes that you would want to have access to. On the second floor, we're going to have a retreat space where teams from around the world or local teams could come and stay and work in the different departments that are going to be going on. Also, missionaries who would come off the field, or maybe even sabbatical for pastors and that kind of stuff. Or even if you just wanted to retreat and come help out, that'd be great. Actually, that'd be excellent. Please come do that. So the idea is they'd come and serve in the prayer house, worship house, serve in the community kitchen that's going to be part of this, serve in the coffee house that's going to be part of this, serve in the garden space that's going to be up top. We'll talk about that in a second, but it's coming. So top floor is going to be staff housing. So the idea being that the authority resting on the building, covering the building. In that space, we're going to have a gathering space here so that we can have big meals together, because people coming to the table and getting to know each other in that space, I think that's super, super important for building relationships and community. And then up top, we're going to have a garden space so that we can actually not only grow food for the community kitchen, grow food for staff meals, but actually have it be a teaching point, because a lot of people don't know how to garden, especially in urban settings. It can be really difficult to keep up with your own food consumption. So that is the building concept. Community, building community, building community. And to make it available for everyone at every level, so that there's no barriers of entry to growing the skills you want to in life. I really am just blown away at the idea that this is something I dreamt up, and then I came home and was wandering around a place called Old Salem and just got onto the edge of it and found a building that matched this building, like exactly the way I dreamed it. And that blew my mind. And then through a series of circumstances, I've learned that I have a connection who, at least at that point, knew who owned the building. And so started praying into that, and I'm really excited to see God move on what that looks like actually. And then to just keep dreaming and keep building community, keep building a whole Rolodex really of people who are going to contribute, who are excited to contribute as teachers, as gifted artists, as community builders, as networkers, as board members. So God's just been placing a lot of people in line to make this work really when it gets launched. And so this next step for me to be able to see this come to life is going to G42 and taking this dream that I've been sitting on for 10 years that Andrew Shearman really gave me the idea for right after I got back from the world race that I've been dreaming into, and just coming up with more and more things that God can do through the space. My current step is to go to G42 and take this dream and let them help me build a plan, a business plan, work out the logistics, work out the profit and loss, figure out how to get seed money, figure out how to make it self-sustaining so that we don't have to keep generating outside income to make it work. My goal is that it would be completely self-sustaining once it gets started. So I'm excited to see what God does with that. I'm excited to see how he grows me in the process. One of the things that I'm excited to learn is to be a sustainable leadership model, a sustainable business culture model, a healthy business culture model, how to create and instill and grow that so that it's something that lives outside of me completely. So that's what I'm up to. The next 3 months I'm going to be gone. I actually leave this Friday, August 27th, and classes start on August 30th, and there is money involved. And so if you want to contribute, I do still need to fundraise about $3,000. So this is just the first step, and then there's a possible second semester in the spring that I may or may not be able to attend, but this is step one, to get this dream off the ground, to get this community center going and see what God does in the spaces that he's creating this whole time. So if you want to donate, you can donate to me through Venmo or PayPal. You can donate through this GoFundMe account that I have. You can donate through G42 directly under my name. There's several different ways, so if you need to, reach out. I am so thankful for everyone who's already donated. I'm so thankful for the people who are praying for me who can't donate, or just praying for me in general, because it's been a long journey already. So I'm excited to see what the next steps look like. They're going to be big and exciting, and I am just blown away at the opportunity that God created to be able to have me change careers midstream and make it possible for me to take this 3-month break to go learn the things I need to learn to be able to make this dream happen. And so I'm just blown away. I'm just blown away by the timing of God. I'm blown away by what he has planned. I'm blown away by the dream that he's shown me, and the fact that he's gonna make it happen. He's gonna make it sustainable, and I just get to be a part. So thanks for being a part with me. Thanks for helping any way you can. Thanks for the support and the encouraging words, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys some more.